everybody, welcome or welcome back to Cloud9 Intuitive. I am here to do a little Cancer New Moon bonus reading. If you watched the collective reading that I put out, you will see that it is a very clear reading about love in whatever form it resonates for you. Could be about friendships, families, romantic love, the love of a career, something, right? But some people are not interested in that. And so I wanted to see if there were any other messages that wanted to come out for the collective. So this is just a little quick bonus reading for the Cancer New Moon. And we're going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle and then the Hermetic Tarot to see what we've got. Okay? Let's see. Messages for the collective for the Cancer New Moon. I do encourage you to watch that other reading, though, if you have not yet done so. Oh, beautiful. This is lovely. Okay. Okay. Hold on one second. We're still in the, even with these cards that have come out, it's still in the energy of like major changes and growth of, I want to say growth potential of realizing the potential that there is to create a life of joy, of happiness, almost that, it's learning to appreciate everything that you have right in front of you that is making you happy. But it's also like knowing that you can have more. There is more. There's a deep knowing that there is more and that you can have more and that you're being divinely guided toward more in your life. It's almost like with this regeneration card, some things may be coming back to, some things may be resurfacing in your life. There is that energy of like resurfacing something that maybe made you happy in the past, or maybe you had hoped would make you happy in the past, is now resurfacing here for you. New opportunities for growth. I like in this card how the little leaves are just starting to sprout up on this tree. You see like the little leaves? You can look at that one of two ways. They're either hanging on or they're brand new. And for me, they're brand new. There's a new cycle beginning. There's a new cycle of life beginning, a new phase of life that's beginning, which promises a lot more joy. Largely because there's a recognition that the joy has always been there, that the potential for joy, that the potential for happiness has always been there, whether or not you chose to realize it. Okay. Oh, messages for the collective, please. It's a flipper, I'll take it. Ooh, the Tower card is here. Yes, so those major changes are definitely coming. Some sort of major change that, ooh, divine intervention. It's divine intervention here with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is speaking to this deep knowing card. It's almost like you understand, you know that there are changes that are necessary in your life, but there's some sort of avoidance. There's some sort of avoidance. You're resisting allowing illusions to dissipate, is what I'm feeling. Like there's a resistance to allowing whatever illusions you have been holding on to dissipate. It's almost like that once those illusions dissipate, right? Once the Tower comes and sort of allows any foundation that has not been built on sturdy, or anything that has not been built on a sturdy foundation, once the Tower comes and sort of raises those things to the ground, right? Then you realize like you can no longer find comfort in the illusion, and you sort of have to face some sort of hurts and some sort of pains here. You have it's almost like you have to admit the places where you know that there have been mistruths, mistruths, lies. I guess is what we call those, right? Or even like where you know that you've been deceived. Um, mm. And almost accepted deception as like a sort of like as sort of like par for the course. When that tower comes, right? When that tower comes and it's like you have to accept, you have to face those betrayals. You have to face some sort of betrayal, face some sort of like, oh, my nose is itching. So this is for somebody. Somebody does not want to accept that they have been betrayed, in such a uh, and so because they don't want to accept that they have been betrayed, and they want to say, I want to say betrayed repeatedly, betrayed in many different ways, that they are continuing to build on this illusion, build on this illusion of happiness. But like the tower is coming so that you can actually experience true happiness, so that you can start over, new growth, so that you can move forward, move out of this energy of conflict, strife. um, yeah, this is a conflict, strife, of stagnancy, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, not moving forward, not moving toward your own personal successes. It's like accepting failures, accepting betrayal, accepting lies, accepting deceit, and pretending to be happy with it, pretending that there's like you're building this sort of happy life, when in reality this it's like that's not for you, and you're being given this there's a choice point here. You can choose true happiness. You're being given an opportunity to choose true happiness, and to cast off any sort of inconsistencies that you have been, sort of making allowances for. You've been making allowances for inconsistencies. Making allowances for inconsistencies, and just sort of, um, accepting sorrow as like a part of your story. And that doesn't have to be. That doesn't have to be. That sorrow doesn't have to be like the sorrow isn't the, that's, what do you call it, it's like they're saying apex, but that's not even the word that I'm looking for. Um, just the rising action. It's the top point of the plot. I can't believe this. I was an English major, y'all. What is wrong with me? But anyway, it's not the height of the action. The sorrow isn't the height of the action of your life, right? This is not, it's not the high point. Like it's almost like you're accepting the sorrow as like this is the major action. This is where it's like you're like, coupling with the sorrow is what they're saying. Coupling with the sorrow, and it's time to walk away from it. Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups walks away, from something that's not serving, in pursuit of the two cups the two cups that feel fully aligned, in pursuit of, the this is called the Lord of Love, right? So the Lord of abandoned success, something that has not been successful, right? In search of something that will be more successful, that will feel more fulfilling, that will feel more aligned. Eh, you know, for some of you out there, it's like you have been, letting people talk to you any type of way. I don't know who that's for, but some of you have been letting people talk to you any type of way, and like that has to stop. that has to stop now. Because it's like damaging, and it's like you don't want to admit that it's a burden, that you're carrying that. Like, it's almost like, you can make it, you're making a joke out of it, but really it's like every one of those harsh words is like a wound, that you need to heal through. That's for somebody. And like there's no stability. The tower is here, so we know there's no stability. There's no stability. Yeah, somebody is very harsh with their words here. Somebody is very harsh with their words. Like, you may be being gaslit in a situation here too with the Five of Swords, or just like manipulated, or like somebody's playing like mind games or something with you, and you're just sort of like, it. It feels like you know it, and you're just sort of like taking it, accepting it. You're accepting that. You're accepting that because somehow that feels... Why are you accepting it? Three of Cups. Because somehow that feels better. That feels better than moving forward. It's your confidence is shot. Your confidence has been shot, is really what's going on. But it's gonna return. The Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Your confidence is being renewed, regenerated somehow. You're getting clarity about the ways in which this situation that you've been sitting in has been causing a level of stagnancy in your life. You're getting real clarity about that. Yeah, and you're like, no, you're not gonna take it. No, you ain't gonna take it. Yeah, you're not gonna take it anymore. You have the Daughter of the Flaming Sword. It's almost like you pipe up and you talk back. Like, you're like, oh, you talking to me like that? I talk back. All of a sudden, it's like you haven't said anything about it. For some of you, and like it's been like a year or maybe even more, where you haven't said anything back, and now it's all of a sudden you're like, no, we're not doing this anymore. I'm not going to sit here and take this. I'm not going to sit idly by while you continue to like thrash my confidence. I'm talking back. I'm saying my piece. I'm saying what I need to say, instead of sitting here and feeling like a victim, feeling depressed, feeling sad. And then that sort of like reinvigorates your confidence. Yeah, your confidence in some sort of way. It's like you reclaim your joy. Nine of Cups here. You reclaim your happiness, Lord of material happiness. And then the Empress at the bottom of the deck. And you understand your value. You understand your worth. You understand that you can in fact have abundance. And you go on to seek more balanced commitments, people who want to work together as opposed to working against you. I feel like you've been sitting in energy that's sort of working against you, in some sort of way, or like not wanting to see you thrive, not wanting to see you like grow, expand, or like come up out the mud in some sort of way. And you're realizing that now, and you're like, oh no, that's not my story. That's no longer my story. That's actually never been my story. I live a story. My story is one of abundance. My story is one of happiness, of joy, of wish fulfillment, of seeking pleasure, of fruitful partnerships. The story is not one of lack, not one of feeling left out in the cold, feeling like low self-worth. That's not the story anymore. That's not the story, and you're no longer willing to tell that story, right? You're ready for something new, the foolish man. You're ready to go out in a new direction, or at least you will be. You're going to be ready to go out in a completely new direction here. Let me get I'm gonna use the Spiral Oracle, my new Oracle deck, like I did in the other reading. So let's just get one of these Spiral Oracle cards to wrap this reading up. Yeah, people really have been taking your kindness for weakness. But no more. Those days are over. Can I have one of these cards, please, to wrap this bonus reading up for the Cancer new moon? That's too many. Can I just have one, please? Whoa, too many. One, please. There it is. The bottom of the deck, you have compassion. You're having compassion with yourself. You're having compassion with yourself. Wholehearted Bridge. This is a beautiful card. I think this is a bear here as well. So you're coming out of hibernation is what I want to say. You're coming out of hibernation and you're crossing a bridge into a more like an energy that is more into an energy that's more heart focused, that honors your heart, that is even protective of your heart. Bear energy feels like protective to me. Let's read this from the book. I love this little book. See what it says. Wholehearted Bridge. These cards are so beautiful. It says, to listen to what is inside me is to listen to the world around me. I listen to the wisdom of my body that tells me that years have passed and that even though I haven't realized it, many times I still listen to life through the prism of my childhood. I now listen with awareness to the voice of my infancy asking for my attention. I now listen with awareness to the voice of my adolescence asking for my attention. I accepted, stored, and accumulated painful memories during those years. I decide to heal my wounds with much love and delicate strength. Gently, with love, I approach my inner child and say, forgive me for all the walls I had built around you. Thank you for being an important part of me, a part that I have not paid enough attention to. For all the pain, I am sorry and I ask your forgiveness. I care for you. I love you, and I admire your understanding in spite of all adversity. Thank you for your willingness to let go of these things. It says, I am faithful to my own being. I tell myself the truth, and that is how I take care of myself. Without judgment today, I recognize and embrace that pure and innocent being who dwells in me. I talk, I feel. I am finally listening to myself. The one who suffers is the child, not me. Listen, whatever you've been continuing to own as a part of your story, whatever sorrow you've been holding, it's no longer your story. It's not your future, right? It may be your past, but it's not your future. And now you're talking back. Now you're talking back, and what you're saying is the truth. What you're saying is your truth. You're really expressing your truth now. Which is going to put you in a really powerful position to experience true happiness and true joy in your life, not the illusion of those things. Okay, I hope that this bonus reading resonated with someone out there. Please join us over on Patreon. Book a personal reading if that's something that you're interested in. All the links are in my bio. But if this is where we leave things, I'm sending y'all so much love, so much peace, and so many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.